Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like you're meant for something more, but you can't quite put your finger on it? I've been there too, and I know how frustrating and isolating it can feel. But what if I told you that this feeling of being different might actually be a sign of something incredible? In this video, I'm going to share with you a shocking biblical revelation that changed my life, and it might just change yours too. We're going to explore how certain birth dates are connected to God's chosen ones, and how understanding this connection can help you unlock your true purpose and potential. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Did you know your birthday might hold a secret message from God? It sounds unbelievable, but the truth is, your birth date could be more than just a random day on the calendar. It might actually be a divine marker, carefully chosen by the Creator Himself. You're probably thinking, wait, what? How is that even possible? Well, let me tell you, most people go through their entire lives completely unaware of the spiritual significance hidden within their birth dates. They celebrate their birthdays year after year, never realizing the profound message encoded in that special day. Throughout history, ancient cultures have recognized the power of numbers and dates. The Babylonians, Egyptians, and even early Christians believed that certain numbers held divine meaning. They saw patterns in the cosmos and in sacred texts that pointed to a greater purpose behind seemingly random dates and figures. But here's where it gets really interesting. Did you know that birthdays aren't evenly distributed throughout the year? It's true. Studies have shown that certain dates have significantly more births than others. In fact, September 9th is one of the most common birthdays in many countries. Coincidence? Or could it be part of a larger divine plan? Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but what does this mean for me? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. You see, there are 5 specific birth dates that hold incredible biblical significance. These aren't just any random days. They're dates that appear repeatedly in Scripture, often associated with major events or prophecies. Imagine discovering that your birthday aligns with one of these chosen dates. How would that change your perspective on your life? What if you suddenly realize that the challenges you face, the unique talents you possess, and even the inexplicable feelings you've had were all part of a greater purpose? You might be surprised to learn that people born on these special dates often report feeling different from others, like they have a calling they can't quite define. They experience synchronicities and coincidences that seem too meaningful to be random. Some even describe having spiritual gifts or abilities they can't explain. But here's the thing, you don't have to be born on one of these exact dates to benefit from this knowledge. Understanding the spiritual significance of birth dates can help all of us tap into our divine purpose and potential. It's like unlocking a secret code that's been right in front of us all along. Now, I know you're probably itching to know what these 5 biblically significant birth dates are. Trust me, I was too when I first stumbled upon this information. The revelation of these dates and their meanings shook me to my core and completely transformed my understanding of God's plan for His chosen ones. But before we dive into those specific dates, we need to explore the first special birth date on our list. This date is so powerful, so filled with spiritual potential, that it might just change everything you thought you knew about yourself and your place in the world. Are you ready to discover if you or someone you love might be one of God's chosen ones? Get ready, because what I'm about to reveal about March 3rd will blow your mind and potentially unlock a hidden power you never knew you had. Imagine possessing a power so extraordinary that it could transform lives, yet you had no idea you even had it. For those born on March 3rd, this isn't just a fantasy, it's a very real possibility. What does this date have in common with Moses and the burning bush? The answer might shock you and reveal why some people experience an overwhelming sense of purpose and healing abilities they can't explain. March 3rd isn't just another day on the calendar, it's a date that carries profound spiritual significance, marking individuals with a unique blend of creativity and healing power. Those born on this day often find themselves blessed with an uncanny ability to mend both minds and bodies, even if they don't realize it at first. Think about it. Have you ever felt a surge of inspiration that seemed to come out of nowhere? Or perhaps you've experienced moments where you just knew exactly what to say to comfort a friend in need? For March 3rd, babies, these aren't just random occurrences, they're glimpses of a divine gift waiting to be fully embraced. But here's where it gets really interesting. The story of Moses and the burning bush, as told in Exodus 3, shares a striking parallel with the spiritual journeys of those born on March 3rd. Just as Moses received his divine calling through an unexpected encounter, March 3rd individuals often stumble upon their spiritual gifts in the most surprising ways. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but I struggle with everyday problems just like everyone else. And you're right. Being born on March 3rd doesn't mean a life free from challenges. In fact, many people with this birth date report feeling out of place or misunderstood, especially in their younger years. But what if those struggles were actually preparing you for something greater? Let me share a story that might change your perspective. There's a famous artist born on March 3rd. I won't name names, but trust me, you've probably seen his work. This artist often spoke about feeling divine guidance on his birthday, which he believed directed his creative process. But here's the kicker. It wasn't until he faced a major personal crisis that he realized his art could do more than just please the eye. It could heal. This artist started incorporating themes of hope and renewal into his work, and soon he began receiving letters from fans saying his art had helped them through depression, grief, and even physical illness. He hadn't set out to be a healer, but his unique March 3rd gifts had manifested in a way he never expected. So, how can you recognize these abilities in yourself or someone you know born on March 3rd? Well, science is starting to catch up with what mystics have known for centuries. Studies show that creativity is deeply linked to spirituality, with many creative individuals reporting heightened spiritual experiences and a sense of connection to a higher power. If you're born on March 3rd, you might find yourself drawn to creative pursuits, whether it's art, music, writing, or even innovative problem solving in your career. But it goes beyond just being good at these things. You might notice that your creative activities seem to have a profound impact on others, bringing comfort, inspiration, or even physical relief in ways you can't quite explain. Now, I know you're eager to know if you're experiencing the signs of being chosen by God. Well, I've got news for you. There are 3 unmistakable signs that those born on March 3rd often report. These signs are so specific, so undeniable, that they've left even the most skeptical individuals questioning their beliefs about divine purpose. But before I reveal these 3 signs, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt an overwhelming urge to help others, even when it didn't make logical sense? Have you experienced moments of clarity or insight that seem to come from beyond yourself? And most importantly, have you ever wondered if there's more to your life than what meets the eye? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you might be on the verge of a life-changing revelation. The truth about your March 3rd birth date and its connection to divine healing power is about to be unveiled. But first, we need to explore another significant date that holds its own set of miraculous possibilities. Are you ready to discover the hidden power of May 5th and how it might be influencing your life in ways you never imagined? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to lead charmed lives? The answer might be written in the stars, or more precisely, in their birth date. May 5th isn't just another day on the calendar. It's a date that carries a powerful secret, one that could explain those miraculous close calls and unexpected blessings you've experienced. Are you ready to discover the shocking truth about divine favor? In spiritual context, divine favor is the idea that certain individuals are blessed with God's special attention and grace. It's as if they're living under a heavenly spotlight, guided and protected by an unseen hand. This concept isn't new. It's deeply rooted in various religious traditions, including Christianity. Take, for example, the woman born on May 5th who narrowly escaped a fatal accident on her birthday. She credits her survival to divine intervention, believing that God's favor shielded her from harm. This experience was so profound that it led her to dedicate her life to spreading love and understanding among people. It's stories like these that make us question whether there's more to luck than mere chance. But it's not just about avoiding disaster. Many May 5th individuals report experiencing unexpected opportunities, fortuitous meetings, and sudden breakthroughs in their personal and professional lives. They often describe feeling as if they're being guided towards their true purpose, even when faced with challenges. Now, you might be wondering what makes May 5th so special. The answer lies in the biblical significance of the number 5. In Scripture, this number is often associated with God's grace, goodness, and favor. It appears repeatedly in important contexts, such as the 5 books of the Torah, which form the foundation of Jewish law and ethics. The number 5 isn't just significant in Christianity. Many cultures around the world associate it with balance and health, further reinforcing the idea of divine favor manifesting in one's life. It's as if those born on May 5th are imbued with a special kind of spiritual equilibrium, allowing them to navigate life's challenges with an extra measure of grace. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some May 5th individuals themselves. One successful entrepreneur born on this date shared, "I've always felt like there was an invisible force guiding my decisions. Even when I've taken risks that seemed crazy to others, they've almost always paid off in unexpected ways." Another person, a teacher, reported, "I often find myself in the right place at the right time to help someone in need. It's like I'm being used as an instrument of God's love." These testimonies raise an intriguing question. How does divine favor manifest in daily life? For many May 5th individuals, it's not about constant miracles or effortless success. Instead, it's a subtle yet persistent sense of being looked after, of doors opening just when they need to, of finding strength and resilience in the face of adversity. Interestingly, science might have something to say about this too. Studies on luck suggest that individuals who believe they are fortunate often experience more positive outcomes. From a spiritual perspective, this could be interpreted as divine favor at work, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of blessing and grace. Now I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but what if I wasn't born on May 5th? Does that mean I'm out of luck? Not at all. The truth is, understanding the concept of divine favor can benefit anyone, regardless of their birth date. It's about recognizing the signs of God's grace in your life and aligning yourself with His purpose. But here's where it gets really exciting. The significance of May 5th is just the tip of the iceberg. There are ancient biblical prophecies that reveal even more about the hidden power of birth dates. These prophecies have been hiding in plain sight for centuries, waiting to be understood. They hold the key to unlocking your true potential and understanding your place in God's grand design. Are you ready to dive deeper into the mysteries of divine timing? Because our next significant date holds secrets that could change everything you thought you knew about spiritual gifts and divine purpose. Get ready to explore the profound significance of July 7th and discover why those born on this date might be destined to uncover life's greatest mysteries. July 7th isn't just another summer day, it's a date that carries an ancient spiritual significance, one that could change everything you thought you knew about your purpose in life. What if this birthday marks you as a chosen one, destined to uncover truths that have remained hidden for centuries? The answer might shock you to your core. The number 7 has long been revered as a symbol of divine completeness and spiritual perfection. In the book of Revelation, we see this symbolism come to life with the 7 stars and 7 golden lampstands, representing the 7 churches and their angels. This isn't just coincidence, it's a powerful indication of the spiritual weight carried by the number 7. For those born on July 7th, this spiritual significance manifests in a unique and often challenging way. Many individuals with this birth date report feeling different from their peers, as if they're on a separate wavelength. It's not uncommon for them to experience a sense of isolation or misunderstanding, especially in their younger years. But what if I told you that this feeling of being out of sync is actually a sign of a greater calling? You see, July 7th individuals are often spiritual seekers, embarking on a journey toward enlightenment that can be both exhilarating and terrifying. They're drawn to professions that allow them to guide, teach, and lead others on their spiritual paths. It's as if they have an innate understanding of life's deeper truths, even if they can't always articulate them. But this spiritual journey isn't without its challenges. Many July 7th individuals face internal struggles as they grapple with their unique gifts and the expectations of the world around them. They might find themselves questioning everything they've been taught, searching for answers that seem just out of reach. This process of spiritual awakening can be disorienting and even painful at times. Yet, it's through these struggles that July 7th, individuals often discover their true strength and purpose. Take, for example, a pastor born on this date who experienced an early calling to ministry. His journey wasn't always easy, but through his teachings, he's been able to touch countless lives, encouraging a deeper appreciation for the divine order that guides our existence. What's truly fascinating is how the personality traits associated with July 7th align perfectly with those of spiritual seekers. Research suggests that these individuals often possess an openness to experience, a tendency toward introspection, and a strong desire for meaning and purpose in life. It's as if they're hardwired to seek out the deeper truths of existence. But here's where it gets really interesting. Many July 7th individuals report experiencing moments of divine guidance that manifest as intuition or synchronistic events. It's as if the universe is constantly sending them messages, guiding them toward their true purpose. These experiences reinforce their sense of being part of a larger divine plan, even when the path forward isn't always clear. Now, you might be wondering what all of this means for you, or someone you know born on July 7th. Well, I'm about to reveal a shocking connection between this birth date and God's plan that could change everything. It's a truth so profound, so unexpected, that it might just shake the foundations of everything you thought you knew about spiritual destiny. But before we dive into that revelation, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you were meant to uncover some great truth? Like you were born with a mission that goes beyond the ordinary? If so, you might be more connected to the spiritual significance of July 7th than you realize. As we prepare to explore our next significant birth date, keep this in mind. The journey of spiritual awakening is not just for those born on July 7th. Each of us has a unique role to play in the grand tapestry of existence. But for those touched by the energy of this special date, the call to seek out life's deepest truths is impossible to ignore. Are you ready to discover how your own birth date might be connected to a greater spiritual purpose? Because our next revelation about September 9th could change everything you thought you knew about inherited wisdom and your place in the divine plan. Have you ever been called an old soul? For those born on September 9th, this phrase takes on a whole new meaning. Imagine possessing a wisdom so profound, it feels like it's been passed down through generations. But here's the kicker. What if this inherited knowledge is actually a sign of a greater purpose? The answer might just turn everything you thought you knew about spiritual gifts on its head. September 9th isn't just another day on the calendar. It's a date that carries a mystical significance, marking individuals with an uncanny ability to understand life's deepest mysteries. These people often find themselves feeling older than their years, carrying a weight of knowledge that seems to defy explanation. But what exactly does it mean to be an old soul? It's more than just being mature for your age. Those born on September 9th often report feeling a deep connection to the past, as if they've lived many lives before. They possess an innate understanding of human experiences that goes far beyond their years. It's as if they've tapped into a wellspring of ancient wisdom, guiding them through life with a clarity that others find astonishing. However, this inherited wisdom isn't always easy to bear. Many September 9th individuals struggle with feeling out of sync with their peers, while others are focused on the latest trends or social media crazes. These old souls find themselves drawn to deeper, more meaningful pursuits. They might prefer spending time in nature, studying ancient texts, or engaging in philosophical discussions that leave their friends scratching their heads. This disconnect can lead to feelings of isolation and misunderstanding. Imagine being a teenager who feels more comfortable discussing life's big questions with adults than hanging out at the mall with friends. It's a unique challenge that September 9th individuals often face as they navigate a world that doesn't always appreciate or understand their depth of insight. But why September 9th? What makes this date so special? The answer lies in the biblical significance of the number 9. In Scripture, this number is often associated with divine completeness and spiritual maturity. Ecclesiastes 3:1 tells us, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." This verse speaks to the profound understanding of life's cycles that September 9th individuals seem to possess. The impact of this inherited wisdom isn't just theoretical. History is filled with examples of young prodigies born on September 9th who have showcased remarkable talents at an early age. These individuals often display a level of insight and skill that seems impossible for someone so young. It's as if they've tapped into a reservoir of knowledge that exists beyond the constraints of time and personal experience. Take, for example, the story of a young artist born on September 9th who began creating masterpieces at an age when most children are still learning to color within the lines. Her work displayed a depth of emotion and understanding of the human condition that left art critics speechless. When asked about her inspiration, she simply said, "I paint what I've always known." So, how can you recognize the signs of inherited wisdom in yourself or someone you know born on September 9th? Look for an unusually strong sense of empathy, an ability to see multiple perspectives in any situation, or a knack for offering advice that seems beyond their years. These individuals often have a calming presence, able to bring peace to tense situations with just a few words. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if I told you that this inherited wisdom isn't just limited to those born on September 9th? What if there's an ancient understanding about birth dates that's been hidden from us for centuries? The truth is, each of us may have access to a unique form of spiritual insight based on the day we were born. As we prepare to explore our final chosen date, I want you to consider this. What if your birthday holds the key to unlocking a wisdom that's been waiting for you all along? What if the challenges you've faced and the inexplicable knowledge you've always carried are all part of a greater divine plan? Get ready, because our next revelation about December 25th could change everything you thought you knew about your place in the world and the incredible potential that's been within you all along. December 25th births are remarkably rare, but did you know they're also linked to an extraordinary spiritual gift? The connection between Christmas babies and a profound form of love is about to blow your mind, and it might just reveal your true purpose on this earth. Imagine sharing your birthday with the most celebrated figure in history. For those born on December 25th, this isn't just a fun fact, it's a profound spiritual reality that shapes their entire lives. Christmas Day births carry a unique significance, embodying the very essence of miracles, divine love, and generosity that the holiday represents. But here's where it gets really interesting. The spiritual weight of being born on Christmas Day isn't just about sharing a birthday with Jesus. It's about carrying forward his message of love and light into the world. Just as the birth of Christ symbolizes light breaking into the darkness of the longest nights, those born on December 25th often find themselves called to be beacons of hope and love in their communities. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds like a lot of pressure. And you're right. Christmas babies often feel a heightened sense of responsibility to embody the values associated with their birth date. It's as if they're constantly being asked, "What have you done to spread joy and love today?" This expectation can be overwhelming, especially during the holiday season when their birthdays are often overshadowed by Christmas celebrations. But what if this pressure is actually a sign of a greater purpose? What if being born on December 25th marks you as a bearer of divine love, chosen to carry forward a message of hope and compassion in a world that desperately needs it? This is where the concept of agape love comes into play. Agape is a Greek word that describes the highest form of love, unconditional, selfless, and all-encompassing. It's the kind of love that Jesus himself exemplified, and it's the love that Christmas Day babies often find themselves naturally drawn to express. Consider the words of John 3:16. "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life." Those born on Christmas Day seem to live this message every day, dedicating themselves to serving others and spreading the Christmas spirit through their actions. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some December 25th individuals themselves. One woman shared, "I've always felt a deep sense of responsibility to bring joy to others. It's like I was born with this innate understanding that love is the greatest gift we can give." Another man reported, "Growing up, I struggled with the pressure of having a special birthday. But as I got older, I realized that this pressure was actually a calling to make a difference in the world." These testimonies aren't isolated incidents. Psychological studies suggest that altruism may be linked to birth timing, with individuals born on significant dates like December 25th potentially exhibiting higher levels of empathy and kindness. It's as if the very day of their birth imbues them with a heightened capacity for love and compassion. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but what does it mean for me? Well, here's where it gets really exciting. Understanding the spiritual significance of December 25th. Births doesn't just apply to those born on that day. It offers a powerful insight into how each of our birth dates might be connected to our life's purpose and the challenges we face. Could it be that your birthday holds the key to understanding the unique trials and tribulations you've experienced? What if the date you were born isn't just a random day, but a divine marker pointing towards your true calling? As we prepare to uncover the common thread linking all these significant birth dates, I want you to consider this. What if the greatest gift ever given wasn't just for the world, but specifically for you? What if your birth date, whatever it may be, is a clue to unlocking your divine purpose and the extraordinary potential that's been within you all along? Get ready, because what we're about to explore next will shake the foundations of everything you thought you knew about divine timing and your place in God's grand design. The pattern we're about to uncover might just be the key to understanding not just these chosen dates, but every single day on the calendar, including yours. Have you ever felt like you were born for something greater, but couldn't quite put your finger on it? The astonishing pattern we're about to reveal goes beyond the 5 chosen dates we've discussed. It encompasses every single day of the year. And trust me, when you hear how your birth date fits into this divine design, you'll never look at your life the same way again. We've journeyed through the spiritual significance of 5 extraordinary birth dates: March 3rd, May 5th, July 7th, September 9th, and December 25th. Each of these dates carries its own unique spiritual gifts and challenges, from the creative healing power of March 3rd to the inherited wisdom of September 9th. We've seen how these birth dates shape the lives and destinies of those born on them. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if I told you that these 5 dates are just the tip of the iceberg? What if every single day of the year holds its own spiritual significance, its own divine purpose? It might sound unbelievable, but the evidence suggests that there's a grand divine pattern at work, one that encompasses all of us regardless of when we were born. Think about it. If God has a plan for each of us, wouldn't it make sense that the very day we entered this world would be carefully chosen? That's the essence of divine timing, the belief that every moment, including our birth, is part of a larger, carefully orchestrated plan. Now, you might be wondering, how can we possibly know the spiritual significance of every single day? Well, that's where things get really fascinating. Experts in spiritual numerology and biblical studies have long recognized patterns and connections between dates, numbers, and spiritual meanings. They argue that just as the 5 dates we've explored have clear biblical significance, every other date on the calendar can be linked to specific spiritual themes or lessons. For example, did you know that people born on January 1st are often associated with new beginnings in leadership? Or that those born on April 4th might have a special connection to angelic guidance? These aren't just random associations, they're part of a complex system of spiritual understanding that's been developed over centuries of study and observation. But here's the thing. Understanding your birth date's spiritual significance isn't just about knowing your spiritual gifts, it's about recognizing the unique challenges and opportunities that come with your divine purpose. Many people report feeling a sense of isolation or being different from others, which can actually be indicators of one's special role in God's plan. Just like Joseph in the Bible felt set apart from his brothers, you might find that your unique traits or experiences are actually preparing you for a greater purpose. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but how does it apply to me? Well, that's the most exciting part. The truth is, you don't have to be born on one of the 5 chosen dates we've discussed to have a divine purpose. Every single day from January 1st to December 31st has its own unique meaning and role in God's detailed plan. Are you ready for a mind-blowing revelation? You are born on one of God's chosen dates. Yes, you read that right. Whether you were born in the depths of winter or the height of summer, on a major holiday or a seemingly ordinary day, your birth date was divinely selected for you. It holds the key to understanding your unique gifts, your life's challenges, and your ultimate purpose in God's grand design. This knowledge isn't meant to overwhelm you or make you feel pressured. Instead, it's an invitation to explore the deeper meaning behind your life experiences. Those unexplained feelings of being different, that persistent sense of having a greater calling, they're not random, they're clues pointing you towards your divine purpose. As we move forward, we're going to explore how you can practically apply this knowledge to your life. Understanding the spiritual significance of your birth date is just the first step. The real power comes from aligning your actions with your divine purpose, embracing your unique gifts, and overcoming the challenges that are specific to your spiritual path. Get ready, because what we're about to discuss next could change everything you thought you knew about your life's direction and your role in God's plan. Are you prepared to unlock the hidden potential of your birth date and step into the extraordinary purpose you were born to fulfill? You might think you know yourself, but what if I told you that the day you were born holds the key to unlocking your true potential? The ancient wisdom hidden in your birth date could reveal a shocking truth about your divine purpose, one that will transform how you see yourself and your place in God's plan. Aligning with your divine purpose isn't just about feeling good, it's about stepping into the role you were born to play in God's grand design. But here's the catch. Many of us struggle with an internal conflict between ignoring our calling and fully embracing it. It's like we're standing at a crossroads, knowing deep down that one path leads to extraordinary fulfillment, while the other keeps us trapped in the mundane. Imagine living your entire life feeling like something's missing, only to discover that the answer has been with you since the day you were born. That's the reality for countless individuals who've ignored their divine calling. They go through the motions, achieving success by worldly standards, but always feeling that nagging sense of incompleteness. But it doesn't have to be that way. By embracing your divine purpose, you open yourself up to a life of profound meaning and impact. It's not always easy. In fact, it often requires courage and faith to step out of your comfort zone. But the rewards are beyond anything you could imagine. So, how can you unlock the hidden potential of your birth date and discover your divine purpose? It starts with self-reflection and a willingness to listen to that still, small voice within. Many individuals report feeling a sense of divine guidance through prayer, meditation, and study of scriptures. These practices can help you develop your spiritual gifts and align more closely with God's plan for your life. Consider keeping a journal to track your spiritual growth and recognize God's influence in your life. Pay attention to those moments when you feel different or unique. They might be signs pointing towards your higher calling. And don't dismiss those gut feelings or significant coincidences. They could be spiritual indicators helping you understand your role in God's plan. Take inspiration from the story of Mary, the mother of Jesus. When faced with her divine calling, she embraced it with courage and faith, despite the challenges it presented. Your calling might not be as world-changing as Mary's, but it's no less important in God's eyes. Let me share a powerful success story that illustrates the impact of embracing your divine purpose. There's a man who felt called to missionary work, but initially ignored it, pursuing a successful corporate career instead. Despite his material success, he always felt unfulfilled. When he finally embraced his calling, he left his job to serve remote communities. The transformation in his life was remarkable. He found a joy and purpose he'd never experienced before. Another inspiring example is a young woman who discovered her talent for music and felt divinely pushed to lead worship. Despite facing obstacles, her determination and faith led her to touch countless lives through her music ministry. Her story shows how recognizing and embracing your divine gifts can have a ripple effect, impacting not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Now, I know you're eager to unlock your own divine purpose using your birth date. Well, I've got exciting news for you. The key to unlocking this hidden potential lies in understanding the unique spiritual significance of your birth date and aligning your life with that divine blueprint. By embracing the gifts and challenges associated with your birth date, you open yourself up to a life of extraordinary purpose and fulfillment. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, the version God intended when He chose your birth date. As we wrap up this journey of discovery, I want you to consider this. What if the life you've always dreamed of is actually the life you were born to live? What if embracing your divine purpose is the key to unlocking a level of joy, fulfillment, and impact beyond anything you've ever imagined? Get ready, because in our conclusion, we're going to tie everything together and reveal how this knowledge can transform not just your life, but the world around you. The power of aligning with divine timing is about to be unveiled, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Your birth date holds the key to unlocking your divine purpose. It's not just a random day, it's a carefully chosen moment that reveals your unique role in God's grand plan. As Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I challenge you to embrace the spiritual significance of your birth date. Seek out your divine purpose through prayer, reflection, and connecting with the faith community. The journey might not be easy, but the rewards are beyond measure. Remember, when you align yourself with divine timing, the possibilities are endless. Your life can become a powerful testament to God's love and purpose. Are you ready to step into the extraordinary destiny that's been waiting for you since the day you were born?